Yep, that's that song.
Recording here.
No, not that type of energy to come in. I'd rather instrumental.
Alright. Hour number 2. Hope you guys enjoyed the music break. I hope you guys enjoyed the energy in the first hour from Trishana Eloise of Muscle Curves, Fab and Fit.
That was dope.
But hour number 2, we got someone very special within the Rockland County, Spring Valley community.
Never tuck your time.
Never tuck your town as per usual. You know what I mean? We got Big Drew. Coach.
Yeah, you better put that.
I better put some respect on that man.
Don't call him no Big Drew if you don't put the coach.
You got it,
you heard?
Coach. Big Drew.
Talk that talk.
Spring Valley High School.
Come on,
What's
man.
going on?
Come
How are you?
Come on, man. Come on, man. You don't even know how many people in my DMs like, yo, man, you better get Coach Drew up there. That's not even a request. Like, you better get Coach Drew up there.
On a real
Rightfully
talk.
so.
When you made the promo for his visit, I put it up as a reel, 500 views in like 5 minutes.
I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah.
I was like, oh,
This is that dude.
this is that dude. He got pulled up.
This is that dude.
Direct impact to the community.
Yes, of
Direct.
course.
And it's not even he's that dude because he, you know what I'm saying? But he's that dude because he's putting people in position
Exactly.
to be better men.
A true OG.
Yeah, true
Absolutely.
OG.
A true OG.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Ever
That's
since
some
the
OG
word-
status now. Huh?
Yes.
You gotta be,
Absolutely.
Yes.
you gotta be OG status now, man.
Yes.
You gotta put the work in, man.
Once you get the gray patch.
You OG. You OG.
status.
What's going on,
Alright,
Drew?
so
How
what's
are
good,
you,
big
man?
boss? How you feeling?
Man, it's a pleasure to be here. You know, I'm honored to be here and definitely appreciate it.
Yo, so
Dope, man.
tell us about this turnaround in Spring Valley sports, man.
Yes.
That
man.
we have to give you a good, chunk of the success.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like I said, I'm a Spring Valley graduate. I'm a class of 2000. I went to college, played some ball.
Where at?
I went to Western Connecticut.
Hold on, you're not gonna do that. Let me tell you about Never Tuck Your Time
Yeah,
Radio.
yeah.
You
We
ain't just
do a
gonna
whole
slide
profile.
through. You went to Western Connecticut?
Went to Western Connecticut.
Shout out to WestCon. I know a couple guys that
Yes,
graduated
sir.
from
Absolutely.
WestCon from the county, so
Yes.
that's what's up.
Yep.
Yeah, as soon as I graduated in 05 and right out of college, got a teaching gig, and then coaching obviously came into play. Originally, funny thing, I was originally hired to work at Ramapo,
Oh, wow.
and then something just never went through, and then all of a sudden the position opened up at Spring Valley for a JV position, and then I've been there ever since.
They don't
What
know
year was
they don't
that?
know what they missed out.
05.
So since
Wow.
05,
Since
you've been in
05.
the program.
I've been in
And
program.
then when did you take that jump to
As a head coach,
Yeah.
I did 2 years as a JV coach, JV head coach. Then I
Okay.
did 2 years as a varsity head coach, and I became head coach at the age of 27. So that was
Wow.
in 09, yeah.
Wow.
So, yeah.
wow?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But
You've been
again, when
putting in
you
the work.
Yeah.
and when you're doing things that are meant for you, it just feels easy. It feels
Yeah.
natural. You know what
That's
I
what I
mean?
was going to say about the Spring Valley job opening up for him because he said
Exactly.
it didn't work in Ramapo, then all of a sudden
Yeah.
Spring Valley opened up.
So,
Yeah.
so can I ask you, since now this is hindsight, was Ramapo like that job? Like, yo, if I get this Ramapo job, I promise things are gonna be. And then you just didn't get it. Did you feel down until you felt like that opened up fast?
The funny thing is, like, I was hired to be, they wanted me to be assistant freshman coach. And
Okay.
then for some reason, the coach, Vitola, never got back to me. And then, my brother was still playing at Spring Valley at the time.
Okay.
And there was a coach there, Kennedy was head coach, and he was like, listen, man, we want your brother to be here. And, obviously, I'm a Spring Valley grad, so that
course,
was
yeah.
like the natural thing. I was like,
Of
yeah, man,
course.
definitely want to get back there,
That's
be
dope,
Spring
man.
Valley. And then, boom, he said, all right, I have a JV head job for you. And I, jumped on that. And then, like I said, it was been destiny ever since.
That's
Yo,
dope, man.
That's dope.
crazy, man.
Yeah, that's dope.
Word.
Cause you feel me? I'm from here, so I remember the old Spring Valley field,
You heard
right?
it, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember the old Spring Valley field. What was that feeling of getting that new field? man?
Yes.
Like I tell you, it's been in the works for a long time.
Okay.
We had a great superintendent at the time that was very energetic in terms of helping that happen, and the athletic director at the time also, Mr. Pillar. He always kept me involved. We talks and have talks about how much of a change it could be for our program and our
Yes.
district. And when it finally came and happened, when we saw the blueprint, it was like, wow, it's really gonna happen.
That's
Wow.
what's up.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yo, man, you've opened up a lot of doors for a lot of young athletes
Yes.
in the community. Can you tell me what's the difference? Because you graduated in 2000, right? So now you're on this side of the fence. So what's the difference in when you were in high school, right? The recruitment process, how you get to schools, things, how you get seen, your looks, things of that nature. What was the difference let's say 96, 7, 8, 9, right? Compared to like right now, because now you're doing recruitments, I'm sure, or however you're gathering, because I don't want to get anybody in trouble because I don't know the correct language. So I don't want to trap you by saying something. But what I'm saying is, so what's the difference, the biggest difference between gathering kids then, when you were trying to get to that next level of schooling, and gathering kids now?
Well, I can tell you, back then, and when I graduated from Spring Valley, like I said, the whole stigma of like, oh, you can't go major D1 or whatever. Any school.
I remember that. Yeah.
It was like, scouts not gonna come and all of that other kind of stuff. And then, you have to really work to get your name out there. Where nowadays, like I said, it's easy to get your name out there and building relationships with college coaches.
Oh, there it is. Building relationships.
Yep.
We talk about that all the time. Networking.
Yep.
It's a big part of the recruiting game. Myself and my coaches, we go to coaching clinics. Where we go meet, sit down with college coaches,
learning.
NFL coaches.
What do you do?
You got to prove your craft.
Yes.
And then during those times, you sit there and you pull a coach aside. Hey, coach, how you doing? Start that conversation. Hey, just in case if you're in the neighborhood, you can come by Spring Valley. I got a guy here. And now with the whole social media aspect and the way we recruit now and the way you have like film is uploaded just as fast.
Instantaneous.
So do you think that hindered us back in the day, the film?
Film definitely, when it comes to football, everything is based off of film.
Yes.
Everything, they have to judge you off of film. Whereas with track, you can just look at numbers and stats.
That's true.
With football, you always see coaches say, "Does he pass the eye test? How does he look? All right, he passed the eye test. Now let's see his skill set. All right, let me see what his numbers like in the weight room. What his numbers like on the field. All right, so those things then with having your own camera phone now makes it easier. And then the way we upload film now, where it's instantaneously out there for these college coaches.
Yep.
And through Twitter, like if you look at my Twitter, 24/7 of Spring Valley, highlight films and everything like that. Kids making their highlight films, getting it out there. So now coaches are more aware. They're finding what we call diamonds in the rough. But now Spring Valley, I think we've become a staple of like, we gotta stop over there. Hey, coach, you got a guy.
Yeah, if I'm in New York, I'm stopping in Spring Valley because they got some dogs over there really putting in some work. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I mean. With anything that we've tried to do in this county, I felt like that's all we ever wanted.
Yeah.
Like to just have the opportunity to bring people to see the talent. Because we knew we always had talent. We could have a long conversation about the talented athletes.
Yes, we can.
But from track to football, baseball, basketball, every sport. Every sport.
Yes.
But there's no footage. I feel like the footage was hindering us back then. Maybe the belief of
that too,
somebody from our area actually doing it, maybe that was hindering us. But to see now, like when I look at the resume of where the kids you got going are going,
it's
like
I see them playing too.
It's like you guys look like a NFL team, man.
Like I said, I take pride in that, giving these kids opportunity. And like I said, I don't just pump the D1 schools. We get, the thing we change the culture is that
they're going to school.
They're going to school, and there's a school out there for everybody. Not everybody's blessed to be 6'3", 275 pounds. But there's a school out there that's for you.
That's a fact.
Absolutely.
That fits you as a player and academically.
Yes.
Which is where a lot of people, team don't really understand that. You go to some of these big time schools. But if you're not used to being in a classroom of 400 people, like you get lost in the sauce very fast. With me, I went to school. The biggest class size I had was 36.
Okay.
But the teacher knew me as my name instead of a social security number.
Absolutely.
So you get to build more relationships that way and more understanding.
That's important.
Yeah.
How did it feel when you had that first guy that you sent to a school as a head coach?
Yeah, good question.
It was a great feeling. Like I said, our first big major D1 guy. I'd say probably Calvin Hurteloo. He went to University of Miami. His path that he took to get to University of Miami was a great path. Like I said, it wasn't an easy one. He was a late bloomer. He had a lot of size and potential, and he worked his butt off. And he had goals. And you know what? He said, Coach, I see myself playing at a higher level. I'm willing to work for it. And he did.
Wow.
He left out here probably one of our strongest guys to ever come through the program. Wow. So he did the prep school.
Okay.
And he built up his status that way. And after that, he was like, I'm still hungry for that, for more, that higher level. So then after that, he went to JUCO all the way out in Arizona. did his thing after the first year, and then you had schools left and right, Kansas, Miami,
Wow.
Tennessee.
Wow.
And, you know, when you had Miami come knocking at the door saying,
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
hey,
Yeah.
coach,
Football?
That's a
Yeah.
big,
Yeah.
that's a big.
I'm out.
The you?
Yeah, exactly. I'm out. I'm
We
out.
out.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man.
So
That's
that's
big,
Dope,
man.
that really kind of catapulted, you know, in terms of like, wow, all the way from Miami down here at Spring Valley, New York.
Yeah.
And, you know, my main thing is, you know, if you're nice, it's my job to help them find you. At the end of the day.
That's
So
a
like
fact.
I said, you know, we did that, you know, with promotion of the players and their skill set and all of that. And then you know what? They're gonna have to take a look.
Yeah, they can't deny it now.
Absolutely.
Nah.
There's no denying it now.
Was that aspect of it personal for you, like making sure you market your guys the right way because you come from that background
Of
and
course.
in the same school as them?
You know, like I said, I'm a proud graduate, and then when I took
Yeah.
the job, like I said, you know, the number one thing was like, you're gonna change the culture. You know,
Yeah.
you change the culture. You
That's
know,
big.
you know, and then
Completely.
I
That's
didn't want my guys to not, you know, to feel like, oh, they're not gonna get what they deserve just because we're a smaller market of the school. You know, we don't have a big budget and all
Yeah,
that
yeah.
stuff. But I said we have a community, you know, and everybody knows that, you know, our community helps fund our football program.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, and they've been a big part of it. You know, with our team shirts, or you know, or all our gear that we have, and playing in tournaments and things like that, and camps. You know, that's helped with the funding of, you know, this community, of supporting, and our teachers in our school district. You know, been a big part of that also, and just getting out there. You know, giving these guys that opportunity to see, you know, that there's life outside this little circle here.
Yes.
And make yourself work harder.
Yeah, because there's levels, you know. Yeah,
Absolutely.
you are the king of Rockland County
Yeah,
football,
exactly.
right? But then when you get to those big schools and you're telling your story how you were all county, this, and that,
Yeah.
and then that guy is like, yeah, I was all
too.
state.
I was all
Yeah.
state. Exactly. And you're like, oh.
Yeah, you know.
And then you meet 20 more other people with a similar story.
Same story,
Same
man.
thing.
Story.
So
Yeah.
then it's like now you really start, like you were saying before. Now you take a step back, like, oh,
I still gotta put it work.
yeah, I still got to work. And I feel like what happens is some people, not just football, just you know,
sports
some
in general.
people,
Yeah.
They get to that level and then they forget, like, you still got to work.
Yeah, they shrink.
This is just an invitation to the dance.
Exactly.
You still got to work when you get here, man.
Yeah.
So
Brings me back to Stu's interview when he was like, yeah, I got called up to the pros, but I still had to put in work to get on the team.
yeah,
So
it's just an invitation.
that's
man,
it.
You know.
That's it.
Wow.
Yeah, man, it's a great feeling though, just to see the success in terms of kids moving on to the next level, or not even just, you know, playing. You know, I've been fortunate enough to coach guys that I have 2 former players that are doctors.
Wow.
Which is-
Wow.
From different-
From, you know,
you know that whole aspect. you
that's
know.
OG status. You see?
Yeah, that's
before
what-
you was complaining
Yeah,
about the
we
OG
gotta
status.
give him
That is
OG.
how you get OG
Yeah,
status.
man. Doctors, bro?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we got
And
doctors.
he knows that. He got a life. He's playing humble now. But
Yeah,
you got
you gotta
the
watch
life coach joint on your page.
Okay,
so
okay,
You know what it's
okay.
about,
You
man.
gotta watch him. You know how these
Okay,
OGs do.
okay, yeah.
Come on, bro. Don't act like you don't know how
Yeah,
these OGs be moving out here,
I was
man.
like, no, life coach. I didn't know.
It's true though.
Nah.
If you look at the wave of the impact that he has and the types of guys, I know some of these guys personally. and
Yeah,
it's
of
like,
course.
You could tell that he kind of steered them in the right direction to make sure that they straight to become men. You know what I mean?
He actually cared. He's a coach
Absolutely.
that actually cared about
Absolutely.
guys.
On and off the field.
Yes.
That is a big part of it.
Yes.
On and off the field.
Absolutely.
That to me is the number one thing. Like I said, my players know that, you know, just because it's in season, I'm still gonna get on the same way when it's
See?
off season.
That's dope.
They
That's-
also know that, you know, when they call me at 3 in the morning or 2 in the morning, I'm gonna pick up and we're gonna try to figure things out.
Yeah.
You know, they're going through some family issues. We're gonna try to work it out and figure things out.
Yeah.
And that's what I think that helps build that whole family.
Absolutely.
atmosphere.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
They,
I-
can count on you.
Exactly.
Because I know I've had it personally, and I know a lot of athletes can relate. Once the season's over, you don't see or hear from your
From the coach at all.
all.
Yes.
That's all.
Nah,
So.
these boys won't let me, you know, let that happen.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up.
That means they care about you.
And
man.
that's why you got the guys going to the next level of D1,
Yeah.
D2, D3.
Yeah.
You know what I
And
mean?
doctors.
Yeah, doctors, and
They
because
believe in him.
they believe in him and
That's
what
what it's about.
what he brought out of them.
Absolutely.
Because just to get that acknowledgement is a lot to a child.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So to have your coach the sport that you love,
Yeah.
it's the same coach is like, yo, you got to do this, this, and that to get to here. You're gonna do it.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Because it's your coach,
And he already got the notches on his belt to say, look,
and he's proven.
listen to what I'm saying, and you can potentially do this.
Yeah, he's proven already. Like he
That's
said,
right.
he graduated from Spring Valley High School, went to
Yeah.
West Con. Come on, yo. Like, they can't deny that.
At
So
all.
tell me about the lineman competition you do.
Oh.
Because I know you're proud. Oh, look at the smile.
Yeah,
Oh,
you cry- you
that
gotta
boy
crack
Brett
the
Bronson,
smile.
man, you feel me?
My man Fred doing his homework.
You feel me? So tell me about that lineman competition, because I see that that's something that you really take some pride in.
You know, when we first thought about it, it was, you know, basically a way to get our linemen to, you know, come more in the summer for workouts. You know, in the summertime, usually, you know, the skill guys get all the work, you know, with 7-on-7s and all that other stuff. And we was like, man, we got to do something for the big boys who get no love.
So wait, before you continue, were you considered a big boy that got no love? Is that why this transition to doing something for the linemen?
Oh, of course,
I
man.
like
You gotta love that.
I like
You gotta
that.
love
I
that.
like
You
that.
gotta love that.
You gotta
Change the
take care of
culture.
those guys.
Yeah.
Those guys, they, you know, they're a big vital part of a football.
They are.
player.
They are. Yo, if your lineman ain't good, it's over.
You saw the Super Bowl this
Yes,
year.
yes.
Yeah, come on.
Saw what happened to Mahomes.
If your linemen are not good, it's over.
Yes.
So anyway, sorry to interrupt. So yeah, continue. So how did that start?
You know, like I said, it started about, I think we're year 8 now. So, you know, started about 8 years ago.
That's
and,
what's
started
up.
with 4 teams. You know, we made, you know, some competitions and we just improved on it, reaching out to more people. You know, it started off just in the county, then, you know, within the past 4 or 5 years now, it's grown to even bigger. Now we've had up to about 13 or 14 teams from Connecticut, from Jersey.
Wow.
Get out of here.
Yeah,
Man, this
man,
thing is
you know.
crazy, man. When I see the videos,
Wow.
man,
Yeah.
like everybody's hyped. These linemen
Oh, yeah.
are going
No, you gotta
crazy.
understand.
I love that. Yeah.
You gotta have a special
lot of
DNA
energy.
to be a lineman,
Yeah.
bro. So you're hitting each other
Yeah.
every play, bro.
They're
So
usually protectors.
that-
You know what I'm saying? Linemen
that
always
must be
got
intense.
big hearts.
Yeah.
Linemen are always the same type of people.
Yes.
If you ever noticed.
Yeah.
The gentle giant.
Yes.
Yeah. But if
Or they
you,
bite your head off.
but if you dare,
yeah, exactly.
but if you dare, player.
Go, come in the trenches. Come in the trenches, and we'll teach you
Word.
something.
So 8 years strong. Huh?
Yeah,
That's dope.
and I can say it's grown even more. You know, with my former teammate Phil Bogle, you know, who works for the NFL, who played in the NFL.
Oh,
he,
that's what's
you know,
up.
he jumped on and he was, you know, he paid for our shirts. He supplied, you know, NFL superstars coming by.
Oh,
you
wow.
know, and that's why, you know, I justifiably named, you know, this the Phil Bogle Spring Valley Lineman Challenge. You know, like I said, he's to me he's the best lineman that I've ever seen play
Okay.
in Spring Valley that I was fortunate enough to play with. And you know, to see the success that he's had and the way he always comes back. And
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah,
say
yeah.
he came
That's
back.
it.
and I always represent Spring Valley. That's you know,
That's
I'll
dope.
never forget the time when he was playing in the NFL. You know, the Monday night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, he said, you know, Phil Bogle. And then a lot of guys say that, you know, the college.
The college, he said it's high school.
He said Spring Valley High School, and that
Yeah.
that right there.
Nah,
like,
we
you know,
need that
Wow.
clip.
We need
Somebody-
that footage.
somebody
You
send
gotta
me
find
that.
that.
Yeah, we
You
need
know I
that.
need that.
We
You
need
gotta
that
find
for
that.
I
sure.
need that.
For
So like I
sure.
said, he's been a big support of it, man. Like when he came that one year and he saw it, like, man, I want to help you make this thing even bigger. And then,
That's what's up.
And he reached out to his peoples and all of that. So that's why, like I said, it's been, you know, growing and growing. every
And the
year.
connections,
Word.
man.
You feel me?
For real, it never fails.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm telling you.
Drew, you got a lot of guys on your page, right, that are like that. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So who's that one guy that you are very just like? If there's somebody else to talk about that one guy that you just coached up, and they're like that guy, the best, one of the best guys you ever saw play. Who's that guy?
Wow. One of the
Under
best-
your eye, not like
Yeah.
played with, but
Nah,
under your eye.
under your eye.
Who was like one of the best guys, athletic, touchdowns, just a beast on the
Yeah,
field.
just different.
Well, like recently we just did our all-decade team.
I saw
You
that.
know, during the whole COVID thing.
Yeah.
You know, my assistant coaches and I, we sat down. Which, you know, big shout out to all my assistant coaches too.
Yeah.
A big
Yeah,
part of
we-
my success
we
is,
wanted to hear you say
you know,
it.
big. Like I said, I don't get to do what I get to do without those guys. Man.
Yeah,
Those guys put in
Dope.
just enough hours as I do, extra time, money out their pocket to help things, you know, go. But like, you know, we all sat there and we made our all-decade team, and then you know, we came up with our player of the decade, and hands down, it was between two guys, you know, Jaden Cook and Ori Jean Charles.
Yeah.
Jaden Cook.
He's a beast.
Jaden Cook
Yeah.
is serious.
Yeah.
You know, like
Shout
I
out to
said,
the Cook family.
Yeah,
Everybody in
right.
that damn
In that
family.
family. Right? Was that genetic?
Yo,
What's
for
going
real,
on?
man. Everybody in that family got six packs, man. I know that. All the men. That's crazy, man.
What y'all eating over there?
For real. Shout out to Jaden Cook, man. Cook is a
He's a monster.
serious. So wait, he is. That's crazy to think, because this is a kid that, you know, he from the town. You know,
Yeah.
he's from
Yeah,
the
yeah.
845. You know,
Yeah.
he went to Spring Valley High School.
Yeah.
Spent time at the rec, so I got to see him
Absolutely.
every once in a while.
Yeah.
We hoop it up, and even on the court, I was like, "Yo, what are you doing?" He's just mad athletic. He,
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
know,
No
he
reason.
doesn't even know how athletic and strong he is. He just
Word.
Yeah,
dunking on things. And
Yeah.
doing- So to see that, and then to hear you say with that type of Spring Valley lineage of players and athletes,
Yeah.
to say that Jaden Cook is the number is top
He's
two.
one- he's
It's top two. We'll just say it like that. It's top two. That is crazy to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that quarterback.
Yeah.
Get it? Let's talk about him. Man.
Like I said, Ori G. Charles, man. He's,
Yes.
That's
And
it.
then-
Yeah.
he's a dime a dozen, man. Like that, you just don't see. Like that kid could literally do anything.
Whatever he wants.
That's
He
crazy.
played quarterback. You know,
Yeah.
we could go out there and or I need you to play tight end. He'll go out there and play tight end. Or I need you to go play
That's
D line.
crazy.
Or he go punt. He punted. You know,
Nah, you dead serious?
Or he did it. You know, he did it all, man. He was Mr.
Wow.
Everything on the field for us. You know, on defense, he could literally play on every phase of the side of the ball of defense, and he did it.
That's crazy.
You know, and he made impacts. And like I said, the crazy thing, both of them now are playing at D1 schools.
Yeah.
You know, and next week they're scheduled to play against each other. You know,
Oh,
so-
wow.
You're going out there for that?
I wish I could, but we got a game next week.
Oh, okay.
I'm definitely gonna be tuned in.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
So, all right, so you said the top two players, right? So, all right, those players, I would say Jaden was your running back,
Jaden was a runner.
okay, and
but
he was the quarterback. So, outside of that, that main position, what was the next best position that they played, in your opinion?
that they played.
Yeah, that they played. So, running back was his main thing, but you knew that it was like, all right, he's a great running back, but if I throw him here, sometimes he'd be making crazy plays or whatever.
Oh, yeah, that's. Let me tell you, when you come to play for Spring Valley, you're gonna play multiple positions.
Ah.
You got that talent.
Oh, okay.
So like with Jaden Cook, he primarily was a receiver. We made him into a running back. But then when he came to us and I said, "Yo, Jaden, go play some defense," he's like, "Coach, I never really played defense." Well, this is Spring Valley, man. You got no choice. You
Talk
got
that talk.
You gonna get ready.
And like I said, he went out there and he led our team in interceptions. He was
Wow.
top 3 in tackles.
Yo, that's crazy.
That's the kind of guy he was.
Natural talent.
That's natural talent. You know,
Yeah.
same with Ori. Like Ori was a quarterback, and then the following year was like, listen, man, you're too talented. We got to. I know coaches don't like using a quarterback, but this kid's just too strong and too talented. So Ori would play, free safety. Ori would play some linebacker for me.
That's crazy.
Probably got a ton of picks after.
And,
Oh, yeah.
and
That's
listen,
crazy.
he was a defensive specialist back there, so he made things happen.
That's what's up.
So like I said, both talented young men, and as you see now at the next level, they're doing it up.
That's amazing.
What do you look for in players when you're recruiting?
Well, you look for heart, man. When it comes to high school football, like, I'm not a big guy in terms of you have to have this kind of size. Because I've had guys who are 5'7", 145 pounds, but they were one of my top players.
Yep, had the heart of a lion.
Yeah. And that's the thing, man. Like I don't, when it comes to high school football like that, you're just trying to find that dog in them, man. And it comes out in a lot of these guys. If you look at my quarterback right now, my quarterback's not your typical 6'3" quarterback. My quarterback is a 3-year starter, Dallon Bellaford. He's literally 5'6".
Wow.
But the kid has a cannon. I never, he started for us as a freshman. I mean, as a sophomore. And like I'll never forget when we went to a 7-on-7 tournament at New York Jets facility, and everybody looked at our quarterback. He's not the tallest guy. Like that's the guy.
That's your quarterback?
And then he went out there and he lit them up. Then every coach was like, "Coach, where did you get this kid from? This is this kid."
Yeah.
So like that's the kind of thing. Like I see past that whole size and all of that. I just care about the heart, the fight, and the dedication.
That's what's
That's
up.
a gem. So all
Yes.
y'all guys out there, it's
Exactly.
not about who's the most talented and all that. You got that dog and that heart in you.
Yep.
Then you got a chance. You got to do more, man. You got to
Do
grind.
more.
So you dropping gems out here. We got the Purple Vegan Mama gem drops
Not
for
the
you.
gems.
You already know, man.
Gems.
Relieve your stress. All natural
All
ingredients.
natural.
Hey, Coach, you gonna need that,
And
Coach.
you definitely need coach.
You gonna need that, Coach.
If y'all see me on game day, you'll know how
We gonna see him on game day.
That's mad funny,
That's what's
man.
up, man. That's what's up. So all right, you talked about. What about when you were playing though?
Yeah, let's
You
get some-
Never Tuck Your
yeah.
Tail Radio. What about when you were playing?
When you were out
Who
there.
were the top 3 guys when you were playing? We'll say you graduated 2000, right?
Yep.
So 96, 7, 8, 9, 2000. Who was that 4-year span when you was a freshman to senior? Who were the top 3 guys that you can remember?
Well, like I said, the '97 team that I played for Spring Valley, we were section champs, regional champions, one game away from states. That team was just loaded with talent, loaded. So you talk about the best lineman, obviously Phil Bogle, one of the top running backs. Tandem that we had Michael Mayhew. We had Ronaldo Atimi. Those guys were just lighting it up. And then on the defensive side, man, Rashid Evans was.
Yeah.
He set the tone for everything on that defense and let us know. And Those guys, they just stick out to your head, man.
Yeah, of course.
All right, but we're not gonna let you off the hook. Outside of Spring Valley,
Outside of Spring Valley,
because obviously we're always gonna give home team props first.
course,
of
But
course.
outside of Spring Valley now, who were the guys that they came on the field? You were like, man, him today.
97, North Rock and Tron Croswell.
Oh,
Shout out to my guy,
shout out to
Tron,
Tron.
man.
Old block.
Old
block.
Wow, that's what's
Yeah,
up.
we all grew up on the same block with
That's
Tron,
true.
too.
Tron grew up on our block.
Yeah.
It's not every day you see a 6 foot,
Five.
6'5",
Running
265-pound guy that's just running straight down. There.
Yep.
You know that. Listen, man, those were some battles right there. But
Yes,
like
sir.
I said, I'm saying to myself as a young sophomore, like, man, I gotta tackle this guy.
Shout out to Tron, man.
Now, Tron, we cool peoples, man. Like,
Yes.
you know, they say we talk now and
course.
everything. You know, his son plays with North Rock, and
Yeah.
you know, his son, he's very involved with his son.
Yeah, of course.
He's over there. You know, that's what you want to see, man.
Yes.
You want to see that, and that's
At the end of the day, yes.
that's a real important thing. I think that's what I think makes our staff so successful.
Mm-hmm.
Our staff is full of guys that we played with each other at the Spring Valley High School. We grew up with each other. And I even have coaches now that played for me that are coaches with me now. So
Oh, wow.
Yes, man.
Wow.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
That's
That's
what's
great.
up, man. And that's how this thing is going to grow, because what's the saying? It takes a village, right?
Yes.
So you're creating your village, and then now look at the products from your village, bro.
Facts.
Yeah, you know, listen. I'm older now, so I can't move the same way I move.
Yeah.
I need these young guys to be able to demonstrate for me.
Yeah.
You know, so that's a beautiful thing about it.
That's what's up,
Absolutely,
man. That's
man.
what's up. So before you go, and before we let you out of here, where can the people find you, Big Drew?
Well, listen, I'm always in Spring Valley.
Hey now.
Point
Hey now.
Listen,
Pull up to the high school.
That's it.
I'm the easiest man to find, man. I'm there all 3 seasons. Like I said,
That's
I coach
what's up.
football in the fall. I'm the head football coach. I'm the head winter track coach, and I'm the head spring
Oh.
track coach.
Oh wow.
Oh,
So,
wow. I didn't know he did track, too.
Oh yeah. Man. Listen, I got kids who do the big things in track too. You
That's
know?
what's up,
Talk
bro.
about that truck stuff.
Yeah, talk about
Listen,
track a little
man,
bit.
Listen, probably one of the fastest guys ever come out of Rockland County, Winslow Dorsonville. He's a 3-time state champion. He's
Wow.
you know, he has the second fastest time in the 55-meter dash in state history.
That's crazy.
You know,
Wait, what's that time? Do you know off the top of your head?
It was a 6.63.3.
A 6.33 50-yard dash. That's
55
Oh,
meters.
55
meters.
meters. Oh, 55 meters. That's,
55 meters.
yo,
That's the
that's
second.
crazy.
And he did it twice. The crazy thing, he did it twice. So he's a 3-time state champion. He's a all-time one of in the top 5 in fastest times in Rockland County.
Yeah.
And you know, he also coaches with me.
So
That's what's up.
how many
That's
of
what's
your
up.
football players do track conditioning?
Decent amount of them do it.
That's the secret. This guy got his players on some track conditioning. Y'all guys got y'all
Like you
players on
said.
football conditioning.
Exactly. That's why he said I'm around my guys.
Yeah,
all
his
year
guys
round.
is playing. His guys is playing both sides of the ball. They ain't worried about it. Your guys
running track. Yep.
Listen, man, you want to encourage kids to just be part of multiple
Yes,
sports.
sir.
Of course.
I'm not with the whole specialize in one sport.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
I didn't do it. I'm not gonna tell them to do it like that because that's not what it's all about.
You're
you
right.
know?
It makes you a well-rounded athlete.
Yes, it
You
does.
gotta- you
Yes,
gotta
it
play
does.
different things.
I always say soccer first, man. You get
Yo,
your feet
get your
right,
foot
man.
right,
Get your
yes.
balance right. Then
Yep.
after that, jump
Sky's
into
the
whatever.
limit. Yeah, sky's the limit.
Man, this guy's a track guru.
I didn't know he did
football
track, too.
Guru,
A life
lineman
coach.
guru,
Life
life
coach.
coach.
OG.
Yeah, man, OG.
All around OG.
Yeah. Is there anything you don't do, boss?
Like I said, I'm also, I work at the Martin Luther King Center. I'm part of that.
Oh, dope.
That's what's up.
I've been there since I was 14 years old.
Oh, you
Wow.
a veteran.
I'm a
okay.
veteran, man. And but that's where the whole community aspect.
Yes.
it
Yeah.
came from me.
Of course.
because I saw all the stuff that they, that we do for the community now, which is a major thing. Martin Luther King Center was there for me when I had my struggles.
Yeah.
And for a young man, to give him a job, put some money in his pocket, and teach him some life skills, is, and understand the importance of community. That went a long way, and that's why I'm still involved with it now. A lot of my players that play for me now, were kids that I were in my summer program.
Oh wow.
So it's like they've known, they've seen what we call each other at the King Center. They call me Brother Drew.
Yeah.
And then so it goes from Brother Drew and the King Center. And then we get to high school's Coach Delver, so they get to see that, that whole
Different
change.
levels.
Yeah, that's what's up,
that's
man.
important to them because when they're watching their rappers or whoever they're watching, they're seeing their transition, right? So it's the same thing out here. They're watching your transition, and as long as you're moving and transitioning, they're gonna be influenced.
Yeah.
Yep.
They're gonna want to do things like you're doing it. Because imagine, if you weren't helping so many people, what would they be looking into you for?
That's a fact.
Yeah.
You feel me? What about you is so intriguing that I'm gonna follow you if you're not helping somebody else, become a better person.
That's all you can, man. You want these kids to just learn to be better people and understand that they can relate. Like I said, I've walked the same hallways that they've walked.
Exactly. Exactly.
I walked in the same hood that you guys walked through.
Yep.
I know all the guys that you talk with and everything. So
I know those guys' dads that you talk
Exactly. Exactly.
So like I said, that goes a long way, man. And the biggest thing I think I've learned from a lot of the guys is the trust. A lot of our kids, I tell any of the coaches who come, I said, man, earn their trust.
Yes.
You can all the X's and O's that
That's
you
a
want.
gem, yeah.
If you don't earn their trust, then how are they gonna run through a wall for you? How are they gonna believe you?
Bro,
That's a fact.
That's a
Like I said,
gem.
that's
a big
that was
gem
always
right there.
top thing for me. Like with these guys who play for me, and they know that they can always count on Coach Delver to be there. Good times, bad times. When
Yes.
I mess up, I'm not gonna just throw you off to the curve and cancel you. Cause I think we do too much of that. At the end of the day, they're kids. They're supposed to make mistakes.
Mistakes.
Of course.
They're growing.
Listen, I know I made mistakes.
Yes, we did, man.
That's a fact, man. I did.
That's why it's our time to give back to them and let them understand. Listen, I've walked that same path
Yes.
that you walked. Take this one here, man. It can lead you to something better.
Right.
So that to me is the most important thing.
What's the balance like with the football, the coaching, all this coaching you're doing, all the work you're putting in the community, and then also being a father and a husband,
family life, yeah.
Let me tell you, my wife is probably one of the most supportive people.
That's what's up.
She
That's
gotta
what's
be, bro.
up.
if you don't have a supporting wife that can allow you to be, as crazy with this time that
Yeah.
you put in, and but like I said, she knows how to help me keep that balance.
That's what's
You know,
up, man.
and like I said, I have a son, so I want to be that involved father.
Of course.
Of course.
You play sports too,
He
right?
plays multi-sports.
Yeah,
man.
that's what's up.
He plays baseball,
yeah.
basketball, he plays football.
That's what's up.
He's been around, my guys, he's like basically a part of the team.
That's what's up.
And he's grown up with these guys.
Yep.
Yeah.
So he looks up to him, and that's
That's
the thing
good.
that
That's
that's
good.
important.
Yeah. Heck
Absolutely.
yeah.
And he sees people that look like him.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Which is also
Doing
something.
good things.
Representation.
That's
man.
the thing. See
Yeah.
people that look like him doing
Yeah.
good things.
Yes.
Yeah.
Of
And
course.
it's a good pipeline because you're inspiring the people that are inspiring your son. So that's
Right?
a direct
That's
correlation.
great.
Of course,
Yes.
man. Like I said, I could trust my son with my players around, my
Yeah.
coaches and everything.
Yep.
And that's the thing that makes it so good. But like I said, having that balance, my wife has been a big part of helping.
Yeah,
me,
man.
me
Kudos
as
to
well.
her.
She's phenomenal with that and everything. With supporting and understand the late nights. She knows. All right, football season. All right, Daddy's gonna be really busy.
Yeah.
But when football season's out and track is a little bit less time and all right, we're doing this, we're doing that.
Yeah.
You know what? You do it, man.
That's what's up.
Keep a nice
Absolutely.
home, man. And like I said,
Absolutely.
she's been a major part
Big
of that.
shout out to her, man. That's
Yes.
that's huge.
Word.
Yeah.
Any other questions for you, Dad?
I mean, no, not really. I just wanted to close out by saying, man, Drew, you're doing major things in the community. We've had guests before that always said we need more coaches that are around the kids more, that are from the community,
Yes.
that actually care,
Yes.
and the kids can actually go back and play the same thing that they were playing. That's exactly what you're doing, and I wanted to give you kudos for that for sure, bro.
Word.
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 Same here. I just wanted to give you flowers, bro.
Yeah, man.
Nah,
It's-
for real, because
it's
what
major,
you're doing
bro.
is very different versus a lot of other coaches.
Thank
or
you.
people that are influencing this next
Yeah,
generation. You're sending kids that really have an opportunity to do the wrong thing and really, go down one path that's not good.
Yeah.
Or, you see the outcome for the path that you're leading them down.
Yeah,
And
man.
I just want to give you flowers because there's not too many people that are really in there getting their hands dirty
Yeah.
and answering the phone at 2 a.m. and things like that for their kids just to impact them. So
Yeah, man.
I like what you're doing.
Definitely.
It's all organic.
Yes.
The man has obviously, built a culture where he's at.
Yes.
Yep.
And the sky's the limit for you, man.
Yeah.
Fact.
Because everything that you're doing just seems to be such great positive energy,
That's all, man.
impacting people positively. So it's like, how can anybody want to not be a part of that? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Facts.
so that's why I see now. I understand after talking to you today.
Yeah.
From a distance, I'm looking. I'm from North Rock, so you already know.
Yeah.
So from a distance, so like.
We played against each other in basketball.
Oh, okay. He said, "Don't get too quick."
he's different on the court.
Okay.
But what we'll say is, imagine coming from North Rockland and seeing like how Spring Valley is like, how they just flip the switch.
Flourish.
Like that's what it, to me, like in my mind, it's just like, you know, North Rockland football. And then, like you're just looking over the water, like you're just looking over the horizon and just watching it grow.
Yeah.
Like literally just watching
everyone
it grow,
else
grow,
get
and
to
then,
the next level.
Like y'all don't see what's going on over there.
Yeah.
And then before you know it, boom.
Yep.
It's too late. My man done swept up everything.
Yep.
What you thought? And I respect it, man.
You got to.
Keep inspiring, keep helping, man. Do what you do, man.
Anything you need, more apparel, we supporting anything you
Yeah,
got.
man.
going on,
I
bro.
greatly appreciate it, man.
I know that.
I really appreciate it. You know, especially this year, like we almost didn't even have football.
Yeah, no.
You know, with the whole COVID thing, but
Yeah.
you know, I was a big advocate. You know, with the senators and the assemblymen and the
That's what's up.
congressmen. You know, reaching out and and advocating for our kids.
Yes.
You know, 'cause you really don't realize how much that it impacts lives.
It does.
I can't tell you. You know, the conversations that I've had in terms of these guys dealing with depression. You know, dealing
Talk
with the
about it,
stress
bro.
level.
Yeah.
You know, like I said, listen, we all know where our kids come from. You know,
Yeah.
we don't have silver spoons in their mouth,
Nope.
man. Like, so every little bit that they can get, man, they appreciate what
Yep.
they can. That's why I want to make sure we can give our kids. I don't want them to feel like, you know, they're being slighted just because, you know, or they're the kids from the hood.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm never gonna be like that. And I told them that's why I want to expose you to all the positive things that are out there.
Yes.
And so you can see, you can inspire to be like that. And that's what's helped us a lot, man.
That's what's up, man. That's great, man.
That's what's up. One time for Coach
For
Drew.
the OG, man. For real. Thank you for pulling up, Drew. For real, man.
Where can the people find you?
Yes.
Well, man, I'll tell you this coming Saturday, we'll be playing at Nyack, Saturday, 7 o'clock.
Nice.
Nyack High School?
Yeah, Nyack High School.
At Nyack High School,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Saturday?
Spring Valley.
Yeah, first game of the fall 2 season, that we were able to get in. So we're playing
That's
a
what's
lot
up.
of county games. We got Nyack, we got Clarkstown South, Clarkstown North,
Okay.
Tappan Z, because now we were in Class A.
Yeah.
And then after that, we have a crossover game with Somers High School, and then hopefully we get to play for a bowl championship.
That's what's
dope.
up, man.
dope.
Yeah,
That's
so-
Are they streaming since now? I know everything's kind of different now because I know the basketball games most recently that I watched, they had like a streaming link for the schools.
Yeah,
Do you have a streaming link?
Well, away teams have a streaming link. Our district hasn't gotten a streaming link yet.
Okay.
I know that we're in the works of trying to get something, but I know Nyack, they have a streaming link.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going to talk then.
Yeah, so it's something that we don't have that. But I know they just recently allowed each away team is allowed to have 2 spectators. The home team is allowed to have 2 spectators. But I know obviously not everybody can have still not be able to get to see the game.
Of course.
And so like I said, we're the district is hopefully in the works of trying to get some type of streaming thing for.
Yeah, definitely, man.
Especially we're coming off of a great season last
Exactly.
season. We got a great senior class coming up this year that just want to showcase what they got.
That's what's up,
Word, we're
man.
definitely gonna
we'll make something
we'll
work.
talk in the shadows.
Yes,
man.
sir. This is the pre-meeting.
After the bright lights go off.
Yeah,
Yes,
so,
yes.
so everybody, thank you for tuning in.
Thanks.
We'll definitely see you next week.
Yeah, another episode down the drain,
Yo,
man.
man.
This was great energy, man.
Great energy
Yeah,
today,
dope,
man.
Dope day.
Yeah, great episode,
we
Drew.
we had a coach and a life coach.
And a life, fitness coach and a life coach, man. This was a vibe for sure.
Word.
Thank you for listening to Never Tuck Your Town Radio.
Already.
Tune in next week, 1 to 3 p.m. We'll see you later, man. Peace.
Let's take this photo.
This is dope.
Right, man. I like that.
Open the door. It's mad hot in here.